Hey everyone, this is Bob Kovacs here at Wirefly with the unboxing of the new ZTE Fury for Sprint. Now, if you haven't heard of ZTE before, it is a Chinese manufacturer of mobile products such as cell phones, and the ZTE Fury may be the first ZTE cell phone that Sprint is picking up. Anyway, this is an inexpensive cell phone. They sometimes call those affordable. So it'll probably be available on Wirefly for a very low price. And looking at the box, it says here maybe perhaps that Sprint is suggesting that the Fury is a good phone for smiling skinny people. So if you're a smiling skinny person, maybe you need to look at the ZTE Fury. Let's take a peek around the box. And here's what's in the box. It's got a 5-megapixel camera with a flash, and it has a 3G hotspot capability, Wi-Fi hotspot. I would expect that you'd have to pay extra for that, but I don't know for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the box, which is quite well sealed, I should point out. And here we go. Here we have the ZTE Fury. It's very slim. Holy cow. That's what it looks like. Let's peel the plastic off. There we go. Now this is a 3.5-inch diagonal LCD display with resolution of 320 by 480. So I'll give some more details as I continue with the unpacking. There's manuals, of course, but hey, we never use those when we're on YouTube. Here is the battery. This should be a 1500 milliamp hour battery, and it has a USB cable. And this is a interesting looking USB charger. Okay, the box is empty. I'm going to set it aside. There's no earphones in the box. Phones seldom come with earphones nowadays. So here are all the bits, all the goodies that come in the box. And let's zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to adjust the camera a little so you get a better picture. There you go. That should be a lot better. Okay, let's go ahead and unwrap the bags. Standard USB cable. It's got the standard connector at one end and a micro USB connector at the other end. And here's the battery. The battery actually feels quite chunky. I would have thought that for the size of the battery, maybe 1500 is even a little small, but now that I'm looking at it, it looks okay. Again, it's 1500 milliamp hours, as you can see right there. Okay, let's take the back off. There we go. Now this is a Sprint phone. It's a 3G phone, not a 4G phone, but even Sprint's 4G right now does not require a SIM, and no SIM is required for Sprint's 3G either. So this is the way the battery goes. The battery's in. We can see underneath here that it comes pre-installed with a 2 gigabyte micro SD card. That goes into a slot right there. And doesn't want to come out, but it should. There we go. That is 2 gigabytes for that micro SD card. And we'll put the back on. Now it's got some, I don't know, soft feel plastic here that tends to stay in your hand a little bit better. And there's just a little bit of texture on the back of this, so it will tend to stay in your hand a little bit better. Let's try to turn it on. There's the on-off switch right there. I mentioned the interesting charger. It's got this L shape to it. And, of course, the cable. And I think it's coming on now, although I'm not 100% sure. Let's try that again. I guess I didn't feel it buzz. There we go. It buzzed in my fingers. While it's firing up, there's a dedicated camera button here on this edge, which is nice. I always like a dedicated camera shutter button. The on-off switch, and a standard 3.5 millimeter audio jack. This side has the normal volume rocker, and there's the standard USB, micro USB connector. The speaker is underneath that little, those slots right there. This is a 5 megapixel still image camera. There is a LCD flash, and it has this little square mirror here. So if you want to take a shot of yourself, you can frame yourself up in that little tiny mirror that's there. It does not have a front camera. And look at this, it booted right up to the Android user interface. So there we go, right up to Android. Now it's going to want to activate me. I'm not going to go ahead. I've not activated this phone. Let me talk a little bit more about what it has inside. It has a 1 gigahertz single core processor and 4 gigabytes of internal storage for your files. So between the 4 gig internal storage and the 2 gig micro SD card, it comes out of the box with 6 gigabytes of storage for your files, such as photos and videos and music. To go along with the processor, there's 512 megabytes of RAM. This runs Android 2.3, and there we go, there's the screen again. And as I mentioned before, it can be used as a Wi-Fi hotspot, but there's probably an extra cost for that. Finally, the weight is 5 ounces for the ZTE Fury for Sprint. And that's the end of this unboxing of the ZTE Fury for Sprint. I'm Bob Kovacs here at Wirefly. Thanks for watching.